Hello, Epic Hero. As you can see by my shirt, which you probably can't see, I just got a job. You got video games, you've got role-playing board games, you've got movies, TV shows, you've got half the store is a bookstore, you've got all the young adult novels, which is mostly what I'm interested in. A huge portion of the store is dedicated to merch, fandom merch, which is one of my favorite things in this universe, so that's pretty cool. And besides, in my off time, I just love wandering around bookstores. I find it so therapeutic, so relaxing, so to be able to just go hang out there, like when I get off work, I stay in my store that I'm working in for fun, for chill time. But what's even cooler is that I don't only work in this game, book, nerd, merch, crazy, awesome store, but I actually work in the cafe. They have a coffee shop in that store, and I work there. Yeah, so perfect for Hope Pennington. Coffee and nerd merch and books. Like what else would be even a perfecter thing for me? So anyway, I am working there, and I'm also about to try to get another part-time job because it's not paying a ton, and I'm saving up for a car. Yes, why am I telling you all this? Well, today's video is actually about having a day job, because for the longest time, and I'm sure a lot of other artists relate with this, dreamed of making my art, writing, and even maybe YouTubing, like doing YouTube, writing my books and selling them, making comic books. I dreamed of that being my day job, I dreamed of that being my career. I was an entrepreneur, I was setting up these big goals for myself, doing my social media marketing on the side, but mostly doing my, writing, my YouTubing, and hoping that could pay for a living. And when I got to a point where I realized I can't, I was definitely felt like a failure, even though, I don't know, I kind of knew from the beginning this might not work out, and I'm taking this chance, and it just might not be enough money. I still felt really bummed. Like, I think a lot of YouTubers and a lot of artists, they want so bad for their art to be their full-time job, and then when they fail at making that happen, they feel like they've failed as a person, as a human being. Why would that be the case, A lot of the best artists out there don't make a living at their work. They also have another full-time job or another part-time job or another, even if it's another artistic job, one that doesn't fully embrace the passion and the artistry of what they want to do. And that doesn't mean that they're a failure. Their art is obviously still amazing. Don't know why I felt like that. Especially, because there are great artists, like, the biggest ones, Steven Spielberg or Joss Whedon or Neil Gaiman, and even like Dan Phil or Charlie McDonnell and I don't know, PewDiePie, whoever, who have made YouTube or have made art their whole full-time job, and it completely supports them. And when you can't get to that place, I guess you kind of feel like a failure because you feel like, well, the most amazing artists got it there. So, but you don't know their whole story. Like, my friend was telling me the other day about this cartoon thing she saw by J.K. Rowling and all this horrible stuff she went through in her life before she was able to make the Harry Potter books successful. Nobody said that you're supposed to be successful like that, and nobody said you ever will be. Something I've been coming to terms with recently. What is success? Does success for you mean making your art into your full-time career, or does success for you mean making the art that you want to make? Because sometimes making your art your full-time career, and of course I'm not saying it's about Joss Whedon, Steven Spielberg and stuff, but sometimes making art your full-time career can mean, if you're going to do anything to get there, sometimes you might compromise in your artistic integrity. Sometimes you might write things that you just aren't true to the passion and the message that you want to send out into the world. And to me, that's way worse than not making enough money at writing. So I got some jobs, and I think that in a way that's actually going to be better for my writing than making my writing my full-time career. If writing was my full-time career and YouTubing was a full-time career, I'd have more time for it, etc., but I also might have more pressure to make stuff that people needed to see, people wanted to see because I had to get money, you know. And now I can just make the stuff and write the stuff that I want to make because it's not about the money. So, I mean, sure, I'd still love for this all to take off and work really well for me someday, but not at the expense of not saying what I want to say to the camera or in a book. So, yeah. So many of you artists out there that aren't making money at your work, remember, that aren't making money at your art, remember that that's totally fine. There's no shame in that. I was watching an Evan Edinger video recently where he was talking about this and like how he felt sort of ashamed for not making YouTube his full-time career like the big wigs, but then he was like, there's no shame in that, and that really inspired me, and it's really taken some pressure off of me to be able to just work at, you know, a cool cafe bookstore in the daytime and do the vlogs in the nighttime. If this inspired you, keep creating, create what you really want to create, and don't feel pressure that you have to make your living at it in order to be successful. You're awesome, stay epic, and until next time, always remember that we are epic heroes today and every day of our lives, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!